Hey there, it's Tavy, aka Octavia, ringing the bell for a true smile. How y'all been? How y'all doing? Okay, it's the start of a new week. I got somebody that always used to be calling me talking about, can I get a refill? Now they want to recharge. I'm like, what? What? Spirit said, don't change the scenario. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. What's the scenario? All right, let's get into it. So what they're saying is like recharge, take a break. Do you want a beer? It's like a beer break, like a smoke break if you were at work. Dive into the pause and savor a light escape from routine. Or a beer break for those that do drink on the job. You know, it's a lot of people that day drink, especially government employees. You know, very many of them no, very few of them no, but very many of them drink their lunch. Okay? You have a pregnancy nose. After you give birth to your kids, you can always tell who had liquor for lunch and who had a meal for lunch. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah, they're like, take a break and experience the flow of energy. Now, in this card, it represents a magnet and the flow energy of money. A magnet pulling or attracting, I should say, attracting the energy of money. So someone is like, okay, this is what I do. Okay, pay attention to what I do, right? Because the role reversal card here. But today's role reversal is understand from my perspective that this is what I do. This is how I do it. So it's not that they're swapping, destiny swapping, or anything like that. What they're saying is, can you help me understand? Can we both find a line or a fine line of understanding between our differences? Because guess what? Whomever this person is that wanted the recharge, okay, of energy, right? Of the flow of energy, they're like, let me get a sip, honey dip, salt pepper. Let me get a sip, honey dip. Shoot, shoot, be doop, shoot, be. Oh. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all what Spirit's telling me so I can put this message out there. This person is like, okay, this is what's happening to me. Why? Because I received a message after this. The message that I had received started out, I totally understood, right? And then it became so impactful, so much information so quickly that intuitively I could not understand I want to say cycle, like the energy of what the message that was being transmitted was. I could not comprehend it. And that's not like me. And then I realized, oh, I'm missing something. And when I read the book on the energy of this card, it said that. It said partial information is missing, right? Get this. Crack. This is not a heartbreak in this situation, but it is a breakup, if you will, right? Because the energy flow has now stopped. Okay? The energy flow has now stopped because you received the transmission of the information. This person has unique talents, a unique strength as well as I do, but it's slightly different than my own. How they are picking up on or receiving messages is different than how I do. However, I have been in this situation, in a similar sort of simulation. Simulation? What the hell? I want to say simulation. That's what the fuck it is. It's the simulation. Something is being simulated here. Wait a minute, Spirit is telling me a regurgitation of information. Shut the hell up. A regurgitation of information is happening. And that's the reason why there's a lack of understanding here. It's like, okay, you know how back in the day people used to draw in a book and on one page, and then they flip the page over and they draw the rest of the picture, and then once they're done you flip the book and it looks like the image is moving. It's a regurgitation of information that's coming in as swift as that would be, right? But each page is something different. And now I get it. Thank you, Spirit, for that word, regurgitation. It's like mama bird. They don't want me to use the bird, but it's like an animal catching the food and chewing it and then putting it in front of the baby bird for the baby bird to understand or comprehend it. But the baby bird or the infant bird or the young bird cannot totally comprehend what is being given or what is being received, because it's like, say ABC is missing, but they got all the other letters from G through Z. 1, 2, 3 is missing, but they got everything else from 4 to 100. Well, if you don't know how it began, how can you piece the things together? Almost if you're sewing a quilt, right? Spirit is saying a mattress, like layers. So this is about layers. Okay, so this is layers of information. Thank you, Spirit. Not so much a quilt or a blanket. It's layers of information on top of one another. But the person that received the information doesn't know how to comprehend it as well. You gotta be kidding me. Spirit says there's a hidden truth here. There's a hidden truth. When I saw the hidden truth, I said, I'm just going to go to the book and see what it says. But when I saw hidden truth, I saw half. HAOF. Half. It's only half of the truth. So it's like, how you take a person and you take the woman, right? And you make her the man on this side and the woman on this side. That's what this is. That's what this load of information is. It's only what, oh my gosh, they don't want me to say that. I don't even know what that was. It's like something was stopping up in my throat. Like, yeah, they didn't want me to say that. Okay. It's only what the male side has received. And now they're like trying to flip it and say, okay, now the woman has received this. But a human being has 2 eyes, not one. But if you're doing half, you're only going to get the 1 eye. And I believe that could be, oh my gosh, Spirit said I figured it out. So the name of my channel is Left Eye Tavy. There's a reason behind that. It's not because I'm only looking at life through 1 eye. It's not that. It's not because of the TLC rapper, the beloved TLC rapper, Left Eye Lisa Lopez, Lopez. May she rest in heaven. It's not because of her. It's because of the information gathered from the left eye, the information received from the left eye. Now, I'm just going to leave it there and say hashtag, if you know, you know. If you don't know, then we're not on the same spiritual level just yet. This is something that you have to be informed of. This is something that I lived through and that I experienced. And so I named my channel this. I am not ever saying, nor have I ever said that this is about using my left eye to interpret something. Now, what I believe it has occurred is the masculines around me are telling me that they are receiving or being transmitted information that is only of the left side of this person, whomever it is in this in this card, whether it be male or female, they're only receiving information that's being transmitted from the left side. But without the right eye, you're not seeing the full picture, babe. That's what Spirit told me to say. This is only a half truth. And so there never will be a true interpretation. Now, how the information is being transmitted is a huge deal because it's a spectacle. It draws attention. It's alluring even, right? It's progress for someone that's in need. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there because Spirit says break free. Spirit said, babe, no. Pushing beyond your comfort zone and discovering new capabilities. That's what you're supposed to take away from this. Do not repeat this cycle. Because whomever is in this cycle or has you in this affair, this love affair, this work affair, this transmission of information, this regurgitation, if you will, is not telling you the whole truth. It's just a spectrum of it. And I'll put it like this. A person with full and correct eyesight is 20/20. They have 20/20 eyesight, right? It's two numbers, not like the number 20/20 put together. It's two numbers that are separate because each eye has a visual spectrum. 20 being the best, outstanding, healthy eyes, right? Able to see near, far, each side correctly. As they say in the books, right? Human eyesight should be able to see correctly, how they label correctly. What this person is doing is they're giving you only one number. And it's not even a 20. It's more like a 15. So number one, the eyesight is limited because it's only one eye. It's only one side. It's only a half of a truth. And on top of that, they need lenses to correct their vision. What? Because how their brain has interpreted it and transmitted it to you, it's like the game of telephone. You have 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 people. One person starts and they whisper in this person's ear. The apple fell far from the tree. However, they did not pick it up. By the time it gets to person 3, right? Because you only can say it 1 or 2, maybe 3 times at the most. By the time it gets to person 3, something about an apple that came from a tree, but they walked past it. You see what I'm saying? Because every individual has their own abilities or capabilities of comprehending what they're hearing and also how to play the game. When it gets down to person 5, 7, 8, 10, it's not the same. But if person 10 is smart enough, witty enough, they can say, oh, before they even open their mouth. And if they have really played the game before. The apple fell far from the tree, but the person did not pick it up. You get what I'm saying? And that's just an example, okay, of a scenario, of a situation. I really, truly feel like this is about scenario, like Tribe. This is about Tribe Called Quest. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? I really feel, because I keep hearing the song, and I love Tribe. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know how many of those tapes I busted listening to those songs over? I knew every word. Every word. Like, dudes was like, yo, she's with us. And their spiritual tribes was like, nah, no girls allowed. She got cooties and shit. But really, I could have fit in like a twin, like a glove. But that wasn't allowed. Okay, that's when I was a teenager. I'm picking up on something like that scenario. I think we're done. Spirit made it very clear. Because if you look at the cards, Story. There's a story being told here. Oh my gosh. Don't start, Spirit. See, now I'm hearing, here's a story of a lovely lady who had na 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 da da da. It's a story about love, right? Two people came together to fall in love and blend their families. But what's happening here is someone is only transmitting or receiving half of the story, which makes it all a lie because they're not even telling you where it began with. Possibly because it's not their story or it's not their story to tell. Wow, thank you, Spirit. Look, thank you for tuning in. My name is Tavy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you. Catch you next time.